Right, and this is Sharky from SHAR-KADE. Now, I've spent the past couple of years messing on with this gun unit, and to be honest, I've been up most of the night and everything sorting this out. So the recoil on these guns require an ID code. I'll see if I can turn this down a second. I'll use the TV. So these guns require an ID code to get them working. You've got this MAME hooker to allow certain games to work with the recoil. Not all games work, but I've found a glitch within, I think it's a glitch, within Transformers. Now, there is some TeknoParrot games that don't usually work with recoil, but do on this machine if you load up Transformers. Now, if I load up MAME hooker on startup before Hyperspin, it'll switch off these guns. So that was one issue I had to come across. It'll actually switch off with one of the guns, and then obviously when that's not detected, it'll hot swap the controls. It's a right nightmare. It's really been a pain in my backside. Now, the another issue I come across is getting MAME hooker to load up correctly, and then use a script I use for Transformers that works with the other gun games on TeknoParrot, especially likes of Let's Go Island, stuff like that. Now, that wasn't working correctly, so I've got to boot up Transformers Human Alliance with MAME hooker, quit the game, and then I have to enable keystrokes or something like that in MAME hooker. And what I've done is I've mapped these guns, that to Y for the trigger and that to U. Now, I had issues with joy to key. It wasn't working correctly for some crazy reason. It works usually any time else. I just had a massive issue with it, so I had to update joy to key, and then I had issues with other things. So anyways, the guns, the triggers are mapped as they usually would be within TeknoParrot. So the joy button 1 for each gun. Now, within the ID and script that I've created in MAME hooker, what I've done is I've allowed the recoil to be set to Y, but in joy to key I've got it as a rapid button press on Y. So though pressing that presses Y doesn't shoot, it only activates a recoil. Same with U on that gun. So let's go ahead and just load up the game, and it should jump straight into MAME hooker in the background. So like I say, basically when I load these up, load this game up, MAME hooker load up, the joy to key will automatically have Y for that gun, U for that gun mapped, and I've got it set on a rapid recoil, basically just 8, I think it's 8 times per second. I tried 10 was okay, but after so long the solenoid in the gun starts to struggle to keep up, so I've knocked it down to about 8, and it seems to work really well. Now, also with this game, when you first start it off, it shoots perfectly fine, and then there's an option in the game, I don't know how to, it's where you've got your special and you link your guns, and I'll show you in a second. So I might have to put the phone down, because Transformers Human Alliance usually has two buttons, two triggers. I think on the arcade you have one each side, and you use this like fixed gun with two triggers on each side. Now when that mode activates, it does turn off the recoil, but as soon as you press your buttons to exit that mode, the recoil will come back in. I'll show you, and hopefully I can do it one-handed. So let's start the game. I've got one player at the moment, so if I shoot, recoil works great, and there, that mode there. So what you need to do is hold the second trigger in there, hold the second trigger in, and the recoil comes back on. Same with player 2. And it works really well. So then, once you've opened Transformers, MAME hooker attaches. Now, I won't be able to load Aliens up and have the standard controls set up, because Aliens Extermination works without MAME hooker. Works perfectly without MAME hooker. So what I might do is I might set up a script just to close down MAME hooker once Aliens Extermination loads up, so it'll close it down. With the MAME games, as soon as MAME hooker's loaded up, MAME games should work. Now, not all MAME games are set up. So if I just go into gun games there, so I've been messing on with the front end. I did try big box, launch box, big box. It is good, don't get us wrong, I do like it, but because of the way my ROM setup is, and for us to go through each and every game and create a folder for me ROMs and stuff, it was a nightmare. I would have had to separate all my MAME ROMs, because I've got all my MAME ROMs on here. I would have had to separate all those and just have the light gun MAME ROMs and go through each and every one, and then create a new ROM list on big box, launch box. And then I had issues with the controllers as well. I wasn't sure how to, because it's my first time using it, I wasn't sure how to load joy to key straight off the bat, so I could control the main menu system. I probably would have just created a startup script, but it was just too much of a headache. It's good, it does scrape the media files quite well, it scrapes them really well, but it was just really getting on my nerves. I had so many issues with MAME hooker and the guns, and then the guns hot swapping and being disabled by MAME hooker on boot up, and then I had other issues, and I was really tempted just to leave it this weekend, but I want to get this unit finished and get it sold off. The wiring needs redone on the inside slightly, because I've had it open this weekend, and because it was hot swapping, this is heavy, man. The top of this control panel is heavy, and trying to do it one-handed, lift one side of the control panel up, I just haven't got the space in me home. I would have had to carry it down the shop and do it all back down the shop, and it nearly killed with carrying it up the road, because it is quite heavy for just a small unit. The weight of those guns on top, walking up hills, isn't too good for your health. So let's go ahead and load Terminator 2. So I have created all box art instead of wheel art, so I've got all the box art, and I've got it side scrolling. I wanted a simple side scroller front end menu, nice themes, Nice scroll, all the box art, fade in, fade out. A bit more simpler because this is basically left and right controls. I've got the 2 pinboard buttons on the sides. Don't use the guns to control the menu. I use the buttons on the arcade. So let's load Operation Wolf. This should work because we've had Transformers loaded up. This is a 1-player game as well. So I've got a simple bezel. Oh, wrong game. Hold escape. That was the recoil doesn't work on Operation Wolf 3. It's number 1. So I'm gonna sit down, chat with a few people, and hopefully I can get a script wrote up. So once the system loads, it loads Mame Hooker. It also enables that enable keys. I'll show it in a second. So basically I can set it to default as rapid fire or single shot. Because if Joy to Key has a hold rapid fire button press, I can map the Y and U to Mame Hook, and then have in Joy to Key rather it just single shot, so it'll single shot recoil, or I can have it as hold, so it'll do a rapid fire shot. So for rapid fire games I could have it just single rapid fire, and for single shot games I can have it single shot. So I'll show an example of that in a minute. So this loads direct through Mame Hooker through Mame. So this is the actual in-game settings as well, recoil settings. So that works now. Hold me exit key. Right. So if I just go to Terminator 2 first. So these games here, once TeknoParrot's loaded, these games will work because they're set up through Mame Hooker. It recognizes the INI file, and then it'll set it up as soon as the game loads. It'll find the INI file for this game and it'll set itself up. Now I'm going to share these scripts, so hopefully someone can come up with I'll share these INI, so hopefully with my code that I've been working with, me Joy to Key settings and stuff like that, someone else can come up with a standalone script that will, once the system loads, it'll set it up for each and every game. Or just for the games that don't work directly from Mame Hooker, we can use the Transformers settings, and then it'll work on all games, because as soon as it detects that Y and U, it'll have rapid fire or single shot. It would just mean then when I go into Joy to Key, if I set Y or U, it will I can set it as single press for one shot, or multiple presses for rapid fire, and I can set that for each game, that single shot or rapid fire. I hope that makes sense, because to be honest I'm overtired and it's done me bloody head in. So let's start player 1, player 2. So it starts slowing down when you get less bullets. Now Aliens is different. Alien 3 is different. It'll rapid fire as it's getting low on bullets, and it'll short fire when it's high on bullets, which I haven't seemed to be able to work that out yet, but that's where the script hopefully for Transformers will come in. Now I'll try and do this one-handed. I'll quit that. I'll put the phone down 2 moments, because I need to control alt delete. So actually you have a mouse plugged in somewhere, I think. Yeah, make life easier. Right, task manager, then file, run new task. Now I've got to go into Windows to do this. I've tried doing it outside of Windows. I just can't seem to set it up. So if I just double check, Control Alt Delete, and what I'll do is I'll close Mame Hooker down and start afresh. So we'll just delete that out. Now if you've done this as you started the machine up without loading Mame Hooker, what you do is you load it up in the D drive, Mame Hooker, and then, or Mame Hook, is it Mame Hooker or Mame Hooker? Right, so that's loaded up there, that's detected, so we have that open there. If I just go into TeknoParrot, the update folder, and then just go to Transformers Human Alliance, launch the game. So that's launched there. If I just exit the game, so what you need to do, which I need to figure out, is KState Detection always on. For some reason it unticks it. I believe you've got to load the software up first and then enable that. So I need someone basically to help us write this auto hotkey or script to enable that KState Detection always on. So when I click that and then press Y on the keyboard, new, now that's set it to always on. Now then, if I just close TeknoParrot down and open Rocket Launcher instead of going direct into Hyperspin, just load Rocket Launcher, because what we need to do is check the TeknoParrot games. So on the key mapper for TeknoParrot standard settings, I've got everything rapid fire. So for gun 1, Y is rapid fire. So if I just as you can see there, that's rapid fire on Y, that's rapid fire on U. So if I load a game that this Mame Hooker doesn't work with, if I just minimize that and I launch, where is it? Sega Golden Gun, GG, isn't it? Right, load that. Now the way Mame Hooker is set up now, that's enabled for all the guns, for all the TeknoParrot games, for all those guns when it detects that Y and U. Now if I load a game that is already set for Mame Hooker, it will then take those settings away. So likes of Terminator 2, Operation Wolf, Alien 3, Aliens Extermination, what's the other one? There's another one as well, but as soon as I load those games, it'll take that setting away. Then I'd have to quit and set it up again. So as you can see there, in game, that's working with Operation Ghost. But if I was to load the game naturally and have Mame Hooker load into it, it'll not detect it. It's got to be those transformer settings. I've tried adding those transformer settings into the INI. So if I just hold to quit, if I put those transformer settings, all those settings there, into the Golden Gun setup, it won't work. It just doesn't work. So with the KState Detection always on, it does work, and it works great. So if I go to Silent Hill, an example of single shot to rapid fire, so I've just got it to press Y. So each time I press the trigger, it'll only press Y once. Now this unit is going to have the House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn. It will have, I don't want to have to mess around with Demul shooter and stuff like that. It's been a headache just doing this, but I'm going to set up House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn to whoever buys this unit. I'll set up Patreon for them. Them can pay Patreon. You've got a few games, House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn, and a couple of others. As long as they pay Patreon, this unit can go online as well. I've set it up to go online. No, the gun works for Mame, Mame and TeknoParrot. I can set up PC shooters, but when you set the controls as a mouse, it does lock in the center of the screen. The only way around that is there is a setting around that, but it only allows you to have half of the gun's movement. It does work quite well, but you don't have the full movement of the gun. So, and like I say, it's quite annoying when it's in the center of the screen. I don't know how you get around that at the moment. Like I say, I've been working non-stop on this, and to be honest, there's enough games, enough cool titles on here. I might just leave it as it is, and at a future date maybe update it, add some more stuff and stuff like that, because I'm looking at building quite a few of these hopefully. So let's get this game started. So as I hold the trigger, it's not rapid firing, single shot. So, oh, what was that? Right, quit that. I missed that message. How much is it, Liam? It's going to be around 2,500. It is a prototype build. It's the mini PC inside isn't cheap. I've got a better option for the mini PCs, but the one inside this, you're looking at around 600-700 quid just for the mini PC. The guns at the time cost us about 400 quid, with import charges and stuff. I think they're up about 70 quid at the moment, but because the weight of the guns and stuff, I'm not sure what the import charges from China are on them still. It may have come down, it may have went up, I'm not sure. The other parts of power supplies and stuff like that cost extra, but I think the next time I'll use the 12 volt in normal power supply, PC power supply, small form factor PC power supply with 12 volts running off for the guns, and then I'll look if I can get a smaller 24 volt power supply, because this one sticks out the back, but it looks all nice and clean, slick. It comes with Wi-Fi. You've got all your different USB port, 3.0 ports on there. You've got display port as well as HDMI out, and your DVI port on the back. We do have this code running from the back. What's that? Are these guns made particular? They're not made by a particular brand. They're just alien gun kit from AliExpress. So the replacement guns for the alien Extermination Arcade. That's why they come plug and play for Aliens Extermination. Now, if I close down, I'll try one more game before I move on to the close. I don't want to have to load it back up. So I'll load Rambo up. Now this again, Rambo doesn't work with MAME hooker. Even when you put the output blaster on in the folder, it just doesn't work. So this method allows it to work. Like I say, I've just got to try and write some scripts, because the recoil is pretty cool for the TeknoParrot games, especially the standard MAME games. I'm not really too bothered about, but if I can sort it out for the standard MAME games as well, and then, like I say, I'll have it enable and disable for the games that work really well. So like Terminator 2, I'll have MAME hooker disabled. So I'll have MAME hooker enabled, but load the official INI file, so you get all the proper recoil and stuff. Did you need to make your own drives? Oh, drivers. No, it's plug and play. The drivers themselves for the guns are plug and play. So you can buy these guns, you can set them up to work like an analog controller. They basically work like an analog. So yeah, you got to get the USB ones though. Yeah, but they're really good. I really like them for fixed guns. Like I say, they work really well. As long as you're in optimal distance. This is probably a bit too close for that TV, but you get a better feel when you're further away and you feel like you're actually aiming correctly. But it's smooth on TeknoParrot, especially just for TeknoParrot alone. It's really smooth. MAME, it's really smooth. No, so there's no frame around the screen. These, like I say, are an analog gun. So you're actually just moving the cursor like you would with an Xbox controller. You're moving the cursor, but you're moving the gun. So what you do is you have you set up your games. So most games are automatically set up. I think Rambo had to recalibrate the guns and stuff. But yeah, I'll show you a second. It's just an analog on screen, but it's so smooth and it's really cool to play. So if you have ever played the Alien Extermination game in the arcade, it's just that. It's literally just that for the TeknoParrot games. So that's it. That's one thing as well with this game. You do have a reload on the front instead of having to shoot off screen. With this game though, when it is set up for a MAME hooker, so I just run out of ammo there. It is still, the recoil will still shoot until you start shooting again. But it works well. I mean, it's hard. It's difficult to get the actual in-game recoil settings working. I don't know. There isn't much tutorials on this online. I don't think anyone has used it this way. Like I say, there's hardly anything online about these guns. I know some people that's built pedestals as well and have run into the same issue with these guns. But like I say, I've got most of the nitty-gritty work done. It's just figuring out and fine touching everything. But even without the recoil on Rambo, on Silent Hill, it works for Transformers, like I say, really well. Let's Go Island 3D, it works really well. And Far Cry Paradise and Aliens Extermination. Same with the other games. And as for fixed guns, without the recoil, it's still pretty cool to play. So I'm going to close down. I'm trying to read these messages. The USBs only power the guns themselves. They only power the movement and the buttons of the guns. With these guns, there's a tutorial online. I think Retro Ralph done a video of it. I don't think he originally like showed this off, but he done a video showing how to wire these up and stuff as well. So basically you need a 12 volt for the LEDs on here, so you could use a PC power supply, 12 volt PC power supply, but you also need 24 volts for the recoil. So there's two separate power supplies inside, and there's a third one running out the back of this, which is the power adapter for the mini PC. The next unit is going to have a small form factor motherboard inside. It's going to have a GPU, everything. This has got a GPU as well as a mini PC inside with about equivalent to a Ryzen 5 CPU inside. I think 8 gig of DDR4 RAM, so it's quite a little powerful machine. I think it's a GTX 1050 Ti in this as well. Remind me of extended edition of Aliens Sentry Turrets. Sorry, I'm trying to read messages on my phone's ridiculous. It keeps popping up messages. Right. Yeah, so this would come with all the games you see on the list. We have about 15 TeknoParrot shooters there, which is, I think, the most of the collection of TeknoParrot shooters. You have Lost Land there, Adventures, you have Sega Golden Gun, Far Cry Paradise Lost, House of the Dead 4. It will come with House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn, but you will have to enable Patreon and pay, I think it's a slight monthly fee for Patreon for TeknoParrot itself. And then you have Let's Go Island 3D, Let's Go Jungle Special, Lost Land, Luigi's Mansion, Operation Ghost works really well as well out the box. Let's load Operation Ghost actually. Does that work? I think that works without MAME Hooker, if I'm correct. Let's have a look. I'll load it with MAME Hooker and then I'll quit if it doesn't work correctly. But yeah, you have quite a few games on there. You have quite a few hundred MAME titles as well. You have like gun games, light gun game selection and shotgun game selection. Gun games basically has all, I believe, all the gun games for MAME in that folder. And there is some PC shooters on there that I want to configure, like the new House of the Dead remake and stuff like that. But to be honest with these guns, I'm not sure how well it's going to work. I've got to look into Demul shooter, but I could update it in the future with the updated settings anyways. If this unit sells off, I will be working on these quite a lot. So any updates I can post up online. So then, if I'm correct, I don't think this works. Yes, it does work with MAME Hooker, if I'm correct. So this should have burst shot, single shot. So we have burst shot there. So let's quit that. Now then, what I'll do is I'll quit MAME Hooker. I'll close that down. So out of the box it will work. So if I just sign out, sign back in, so it loads direct to modes. Control Alt Delete, sign out, sign back in. Now if I jump straight into Aliens Extermination, So if I jump straight into Aliens Extermination, it will work with the gun kit without having to set anything up, so it'll automatically work. If Mame Hooker loads up, it'll work with the Mame Hooker settings, or it may disable the gun settings, depending on what game you load up with Mame Hooker. For some reason it just doesn't set up correctly through Mame Hooker, so without Mame Hooker it works perfectly. So what I'll do is I'll set this game up to close Mame Hooker down, so each time this game loads up, Mame Hooker will be completely shut down and this game will work as it should do. So you have your bullet counter on there. I also have the code, the script file to enable buttons on certain games, because some have kills, some have bullet count, but I haven't found out how to set it up correctly. So as you can see there, your bullets go down. You have your flamethrower button on the front, and you have your grenade button there on the front as well. Because these guns were designed for this game, they work perfectly. And as you get low on ammo, so now you're low on ammo, it goes to single shot, and once you get some ammo, it goes rapid fire again. So let's quit that. So that's it basically. I'm going to share these in the main groups, the INI files and stuff, and post this video up. Hopefully I can get some help on a few of the little issues I'm having. And yeah, I should be finished these properly tomorrow. It's looking good. I'll get some real nice photo content, because my phone doesn't look too great. It doesn't show off the colours and everything on my phone. And we've got some nice mirror gold acrylic on the sides there. It does get fingerprints quite easy though, this gold acrylic. And then I do have some nice gold Sega logos that I've custom printed myself in laser cut on the back of the guns, because these usually come empty. You usually have stickers on the sides. I didn't like the stickers, so I laser cut my own gold plates there for each side, which look really smart. And on each side of the stands here, I've got some nice gold acrylic. Then I've got some nice custom printed House of the Dead Player 1 and Player 2 logos there, and all this nice gold trim going around the unit. So it's looking really cool, man. So yeah, the front end's looking quite nice. It's not perfect, but I wanted something that seemed more of a gun sim orientated. Now, like I say, I was working on big box. I know you can use these guns as a mouse, so I was going to originally set it up so you could click and shoot each game that you wanted to play. I thought that would have been a nice little option, but it would have just took us too long setting up with big box through Launchbox. It was just getting all my ROM files sorted in stuff. I didn't want it detecting other games or have to go through and delete about 10,000 games. Basically, that's how many ROMs I've got for MAME. I would have had to just go through and cycle through the 100 and something. I might do at a later date, and then I can easily set it up on the back end. Like I say, I also had some joint to key issues. I wasn't sure how Mame Hooker was reacting through big box as well, which was a bit of a pain. So yeah, like I say, I've stuck with Hyperspin. I've made it look half decent. Like I say, we've got all the box art there that scrolls along, and you can select what game you want. I've also got the different themes are just basically video backgrounds. A lot of them are video backgrounds without the wheel, itself. So you're selecting through the different systems, going through like gun games, light gun games, shotgun games, and then TeknoParrot. I was also going to have jukebox on here, jukebox software and stuff, because the unit is licensed, but with the jukebox software you can only license one machine at a time, and I already had this machine and operating system licensed for the jukebox software, so I could maybe upgrade the hard drive inside and add a ton of karaoke and all sorts of stuff on there, music videos, music tracks as well, if someone wants, just if they're busy tidying up and they just want to listen to a bit of music, they can do. So yeah, it does have I think it's a 500 gig M.2 SSD, 512 gig inside, which is big enough for all the TeknoParrot games, MAME games and stuff. And like I say, we do have some PC games on there. I'll see if I can get them set up correctly with these guns. If I'm still getting that lock in the middle of the screen issue, I'll look at Demul shooter. If I can't get Demul shooter sorted, I'll just. So there's quite a lot of games, like I say, already on the system. So my phone's gonna die, so make sure you just like, share, subscribe to the video, hit that notification bell, and I'll catch us in the next one. Bye.